Radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan. Voice of the Eagle kami, di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay Atenista, sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng eskwela. Radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, Katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, Katipunero sugo, todo sa kayod, punong at tulong. Di pagka Blue Eagle, galing giting at gigil, blue and white, one big fight. Radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan.
Atin Yan. Catch the latest news about the latest happenings in and around the Ateneo. Atin Yan. Be in the know and get to know persons and personages in the Ateneo. Atin Yan. Atenian. Ateneo Yan. Atin Yan. Fly high, Blue Eagle fly.
Radyo Katipunan 87.9. Magandang hapon, Ateneo, and welcome to another episode of Atin Yan. Dito
Atin
lang
Yan.
po.
Atenian. Ateneo Yan. Atin
Okay.
Yan.
Thank you so much, Justin. And we are at 2:02 in the afternoon. Magandang hapon, Ateneo. This is the worst thing that can happen to a radio announcer, ang mawalan ng boses. So ang naririnig niyo po is the very unpleasant paos voice of your host for Atin Yan. Ako po si Cholo Mallilin from the Office of Student Services in the Loyola Schools. At ako po ay technically solo flight ngayon dahil wala po ang aking mga regular partners sa Atin Yan na si Ginoong Chris Castillo. Kaya ako po ang nanghila sa ating segment producer na si Mr. Justin Pantino. Hi Justin, palakpakan mo sarili mo, Justin.
Magandang
Go.
good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Atin Yan.
Yan, di ba? Anong feeling na maging DJ for the day?
Kinakabahan ako, sir, but yeah.
Huwag kang kakabahan.
Kaya yan.
Dahil ikaw ang aking bosses talaga for this
Yes.
afternoon. Kasi tingnan mo naman itong malat na malat. This is actually a result of a very hectic weekend for me. Ako ay dumaan sa isang weekend na marami akong mga events na hinost. At yan talaga, nakalimutan ko na radio show pala ako. May radio show ako. Kaya talagang inabuso ko ang bosses ko over the weekend. At mabuti na lang nandito ka, Justin. So Chris Castillo, kung nanonood ka at magaling itong Justin Pontino na to, baka hindi na kita pabalikin sa show na to.
Ay, sir, may utang ka. May utang ka dito, sir.
Yes. Okay, so thank you for joining me
You're
this
welcome, sir. You're
afternoon,
welcome.
Justin, for Atin Yan, your weekly bulletin board of anything and everything that has to do with the Ateneo de Manila University. And today, as you can probably see, ayan, kami po ay mapapakinggan ninyo as usual over the FM band, over 87.9. At Justin, sabihin mo kung paano pa nila tayo mapapakinggan.
Yeah, of course, you can, aside from listening to radio, you can also catch us live on Facebook through our facebook.com/Radyo Katipunan Facebook fan page. Of course, you can also hear us on online radio through the following. There's radionomy.com and there's also liveonlineradio.net and radio.org.ph, and just search for Radyo Katipunan. And we are also, sir, on Instagram and on Twitter. That's just follow at the
Bago
handle.
yung Instagram natin.
That's correct. That's at Radyo Katipunan. Now, of course, if you missed this episode, which hopefully hindi. And I hope that you are all tuned in with us this afternoon. If you missed any of our episodes, you can always go to our YouTube channel and you can just search for Radyo Katipunan FM. Ayan.
Oh, magaling Chris Castillo ha. Magaling to ha. Kaya naku, sinasabi ko sa iyo, pag absent ka ng absent sa radio show natin, may kapalit ka na. Thank you, Justin. Very well done. Very well said. Okay, so we'd like to hear from you. If you are tuned in to us right now, please do call us or rather message us on our Facebook page. All right, over facebook.com/Radyo Katipunan. Okay, we'd love to hear from you.
Yes.
And as you can probably see, if you are tuned into us over Facebook Live, we have some very special guests with us this afternoon. Okay, and we are going to be putting them on the air later on because they are going to, we're going to have hopefully a lively discussion about the Ateneo community and one particular aspect of it, which is our wildlife. Tama ba yun? Parang, I guess that's a very good
Wow.
way of describing yung wildlife natin, because they are from a student organization, Justin, na this is one of my favorite acronyms, Ateneo. They call themselves the Ateneans Guided and Inspired by Love for Animals, aka AGILA. O, di ba, bongga? Ang ganda ng acronym na yun, AGILA. Okay, Ateneans Guided and Inspired by Love for Animals. So, mamaya po, papakinggan natin ang dalawa sa kanilang mga heads to talk about what is a very important aspect of our Ateneo community, which is our wildlife, particularly the animals that reside in our community. Okay?
Wow.
But before we get to that, Justin, gusto kong ipaalam muna ang schedule of the upcoming games for
Right.
UAAP Season 82.
And tama ba, sir? We are already on 12-0 winning streak.
Oh,
Woo!
talaga
Yes.
naman. Still unbeatable, the
Yes,
Ateneo
correct.
Blue Eagles.
Correct.
Congratulations to our Ateneo Blue Eagles team. So, nasa second round na tayo at hindi pa rin tayo natatalo. No? Walang kayabangan po yun. Talagang ganun talaga ang mga
talaga pag
pangyayari.
nagpa-practice,
Okay, tama ka. At kung magaling ang coach.
Yes, of
okay.
course, yes.
So, we've had very exciting games. We started round 2 last weekend at we had a game against UE last Saturday sa Inares Antipolo. Okay, at of course nanalo tayo doon. This was Sunday pala. Okay, so upcoming games for Ateneo. Okay, we have a game on Saturday.
On Saturday or Wednesday, sir, muna.
Meron ba tayong Wednesday?
No, sorry, yeah. So, Saturday,
Saturday,
there's a
wala
game
tayo sa Wednesday. Okay.
There's a game between NU and Ateneo, of course. That's going to be
Yes.
at 2 p.m. on Saturday at the Araneta Coliseum.
All right. Okay, so
Then-
watch out for that. That's our next game, and then we have
And
one.
then, of course, we also have on October 30th, we have the game versus UP. Nako.
Ito na naman. Battle of Katipunan na naman.
The Battle of Katipunan, mga kaibigan. That's gonna be at 4 p.m. at the Mall of Asia Arena.
Okay, so Ateneo UP, usually nagkakainitan yan. The last game between
Correct.
Ateneo and UP, medyo nagkagulo. But
Yes.
even then, we still came out, as the winning team. Okay.
Hopefully this time around medyo mas payapa.
Oo nga.
But I doubt it. Pero let's see.
All right. So that's October 30.
30,
Malapit na
yes.
mag-undas.
Oo.
Okay. I-promote din natin siguro yung ano ba to? Parang doon natapos yung yung round 2. Maybe that there are going to be more games, but at least the calendar that I have, those are the 2 games that are upcoming. Okay? So don't forget October ano ba yung isa? At October 26. There
And
you go.
October 30.
Yan.
Yes.
All right. Magkasunod na games. Okay. And later on, we're going to be telling you more about upcoming events for the week dito sa Ateneo de Manila. We have, I think what is being celebrated now is parang our our Japanese, parang merong Japanese week eh. So maraming mga events ang what do you call this? Ang department, I think, of the Japan programs. Tama ba?
The Japanese
Maybe you know also a little bit about what's happening with the program. Japanese Studies Program. Ayan, baka one of our guests here, nakita ko parang na-excite siya ng konti. Ibig sabihin, meron din siyang mababahagi. Ayan. We have the Japanese Studies Program week. So that's the entire week from October 21 up until Friday, October 25. Okay?
Maraming activities, sir.
Maraming activities. So we'll get into this calendar later on. But right now, pakilala na natin ang mga guests natin for this afternoon's program. And as I mentioned, they are two of our student leaders. Actually, hindi na pala kayo student. Kayo ay nag-graduate na. Nag-graduate na pala kayo very recently. Okay? And you are, I guess, two of the... Are you founding members? Hindi rin. Hindi mo na naabutan yung simula nitong organization ninyo?
No, I first joined, I joined AGILA in its first year when I was a freshie. So I wasn't like first among the leaders. But
Okay.
I was among the first batch.
Teka nga, ipakilala mo din natin. Ang dalawang estudyante natin from the Ateneans Guided and Inspired by their love for animals, or AGILA.
Okay.
We have with us Miss Janina Castro. Hi, Nina.
Yes, hi.
Yay. Hello. Welcome to the show. And as I mentioned, you are a recent graduate of Ateneo. Tama ba? Anong year ka ba nag-graduate?
Just last June pa.
Just last June, so 2019, class of 2019
Yes.
ka, Nina. And we also have with us Miss Pau Era. Did I pronounce your name right? Era. Pau, hi, say Pau. Say hi.
I'm Pao.
At ikaw naman, Pau, kailan ka nag-graduate?
2018.
2018. All right, maiden ng 2018. What were your respective what courses did you graduate from? Ikaw, Nina?
I took BS Environmental Science.
Oh, so linya mo talaga to.
Yeah.
Okay, and ES, Environmental Science. And what about you, Pao?
Naman medyo malayo, BS Management Information Systems.
MIS.
Yes.
Isa ka palang SOSE graduate of Science and Engineering. Yun. Okay, so let's find out a little bit about AGILA first, the group that you belong to. All right, so AGILA has been around for how long already?
I think this year we're turning 5. We were informally pulled together as an org in 2013, but we were formally an independent organization under OSA in 2014. So it's our 5th year this year.
Wow, 5 years na. Okay, and as your name says, Ateneans Guided and Inspired by their love for animals. So is your org all about just love for animals? Maybe you can, ano ba ang inyong mission, vision? Ang hirap ba?
I didn't memorize the mission.
Well, anyway, what's it all about? What's the...
We basically want to forward animal welfare on the campus, and we try to give members the opportunity to act on this passion for animals. So we give them opportunities to rescue. We teach them how to rescue. We bring them to animal shelters and rescue centers so that they can understand how animals are faring these days and what we can do to improve their welfare in society.
So it's animal welfare, I
Yes,
guess.
not animal rights.
Is it different?
Yes, but it's different.
Okay,
So
sige,
for
explain.
Animal rights, it's more like you try to apply the human rights onto animals. So you can't eat animals, you can't do anything, you can't use their skin or anything like that. But for animal welfare, we just try to uphold the 4 basic principles of welfare. So as long as they're well fed, as long as they're they're exhibiting the proper behavior, that they're happy, then that's good enough.
Ayan, okay. Ngayon ko lang nalaman yun na meron pala talagang animal rights. But animal rights are already something that are explicitly protected in the law, right? Parang there is really, is it parang may
It's the
Republic
Animal
Act talaga?
It's in the Animal
Oo.
Welfare Act. So it's
Okay.
animal welfare, not animal rights.
Okay. So wala talagang animal rights.
Right.
Okay. So animal welfare. When we say animals in the Ateneo, what kind of animals are we actually pertaining to, Pao? Ano ba mga natin? Kasama ba siya ng mga tipaklong at saka mga...
As long as it's crawling and
Okay.
Dapat pala may kasama tayo from the Ateneo Wild, no?
Oo nga. May isa pa kasi organization called the Ateneo Wild na sila naman talaga.
Right. I see.
Lahat, no? Pretty much the entire ecosystem, ang kanilang inoobserbahan. But when we talk about animals nga in the
Yeah.
community, what animals do we pertain to?
For AGILA specifically, we take care of the cats in campus because they're also part of the campus ecology or ecosystem. Now, one problem now recently with our cats is that they tend to hunt birds. It's butterscotch.
Okay.
May name dropping.
May name dropping.
Please adopt butterscotch.
Teka lang, so yung mga pusa ba dito sa Ateneo, may pangalan?
Yes, we do.
Some
Okay.
the more famous ones do.
How do you actually know each of the kung anong pangalan nila? How do you do that?
AGILA conducts the cat census almost every month, right? Every month. So we take note of the cats, how many, where they live usually, or how many they are, and we take note of the ones that are new. Pero most of the time, kasi our cats are regulars na in a specific buildings. Like if you know Prada or if you know Torter from Farah, ganon.
Kasi because they're based on a specific area.
Yeah, that's how they get named in.
Right. So based on the territory where
Yes.
they're at. Oh, okay.
Yeah, sometimes the people who take care of them also give them nicknames, so it's also a lot easier when we ask, how's Butterscotch doing, or how's Prada doing, and then when you ask the maintenance or the guards who take care of them, they immediately know who you're talking about.
Who names them usually?
Sometimes it's us, because sometimes the tails look funny or like they have eyebrows.
Oh, okay.
But the other time, most of the time, it's the maintenance. We follow whatever names that they give.
Oh, yung mga maintenance. Di ko alam yun, Kasi sila pala ang nagpapangalan, Okay, for our casual listeners who may not know anything about the cat situation in Ateneo, when we say cats in Ateneo, we are not pertaining to pets. Okay, hindi po ito mga nakahawla, naka-cage na cats, or yung mga cats na nakatali somewhere. These are actually feral cats, right? So these are cats na pusang gala. Yung mga talagang pusa lang na nakikita
Diyan lang
nyo
sa tabi talaga.
sa palipaligid, parang ganyan. So yung mga nakakalat. Pero actually, Ateneo as a university that values also animal welfare, we also try to protect their safety and their health. Kasi nakita nga namin na they are, the word is parang ubiquitous. They've been here longer than some students.
Right.
Yung mga pusa sa Ateneo, dito na talaga lumaki mula nung kuting sila. Okay. So, nakita nga namin na may need din na pangalagaan sila, because kung hindi, parang ano bang behavior ng pusa na parang pinababayaan lang, or parang nagiging mas nagiging mas wild or nagiging mas fierce.
No, technically they won't become more fierce, but if we don't take care of them, they're at risk for catching rabies from other cats, or they can catch other diseases like other parasites like fleas or worms, or maybe mange. But then if we also let them loose, they can also just keep procreating, and then we'll end up with cat overpopulation problem. So you would have cats just going everywhere and doing their business.
So instead of may cat, parang cat island.
Yeah.
Baka tayo.
Oo nga, that's the worst case scenario. Actually, when we started the Ateneo Community Cat Program, there is such a program. So, actually nakakatuwa ito kasi it started a while back, di ba? Parang
2013, 2014.
Really? 2013, 2014. Parang meron ng mindfulness ang Ateneo as a community to look after the cats inside campus. At nakita nga namin na we had no idea as to how many cats there were.
Okay.
Ang nakikita lang namin is parang dumadami ate yung cases ng mga students na nakakagat. Hindi lang students, pati employees. Either nakakagat sila ng pusa or nakakalmot. Right? So we had incidents of these injuries caused by cat bites and cat scratches, and we started to notice that if we don't pay any mind to the cats in Ateneo, then more harm could come out of this this sharing of the grounds, kasi nga hindi natin talaga naman pwedeng itapon lang yung mga pusa. As parang ito yung mga old solutions dati, di ba? Ipunin lahat ng mga pusa, itapon somewhere kasi babalik sila. Is that right?
Yeah, once you have cats in a certain place, and if you move them out, because since the cats were there because of food, more cats are just gonna come to replace wherever they were living previously. Yeah.
So yun, back then, I think in 2014, we did our first cat census. Parang that was the first thing that we had to find out. Ilan ba talaga itong mga pusang, di ba, we are dealing with inside the campus. And we found that there were quite a few, right? Would you remember the data from back then?
No.
Oh, I think, well, I was around back then when this thing started, yung Ateneo Community Cat Program. Ang ganda rin itong acronym na to, ACCaP. O, diba? Ito may logo pa. O, yan.
That's so
ACCaP.
cute.
The Ateneo Community Cat Program. I think initially, I was able to identify close to 400 cats on campus. Parang mga 360 was the number.
Isang school population na yun, 400.
And these were cats throughout the entire 20-hectare property of Ateneo, di ba? So, marami na nakakalat na from the grade school to the high school to yung mga nooks and crannies na nakikita natin dito sa area na to, dito sa may Loyola House, dito sa Sonolux building. And then, of course, a lot of them were in the Loyola Schools area. And then we also sort of studied their behavior na they are quite territorial. Can somebody explain bakit ganito ang mga animals na parang they really stick to their territory? Would you have any notion of the territorial instincts of these animals?
I think most likely they stick to their territory and then they defend it when they know that there's a regular source of food, so they'll guard their spot from like other cats who want to eat their own food, so they'll fight and defend their territory, defend their food.
So we have noticed na may mga, kunyari sa college, we've noticed that there are cats inside the cafeteria. There are around 2 or 3, right? Na talaga hindi sila pinapaalis na doon sila sa cafeteria. Although unhygienic for people who are eating, the cats, kahit na kunin mo yan, as in physically handle them and bring them outside of the cafeteria, babalik at babalik sila. So that was part of the learning, I guess, that had to go into the Ateneo Community Cat Program na parang we cannot just displace the cat and assume na hindi na yan babalik. Okay, so they're really part of the campus ecology, as our materials say, and parang the important thing, I guess, is to parang deal with them, as part of this particular environment and this ecosystem, and try to come up with various strategies para, well, I guess the main objective is para hindi masyadong mag-interact ang humans at saka yung cats. Tama ba? Okay. So, speaking of the Ateneo Community Cat Program, so this was a university-wide initiative that seeks to equally promote human health and safety as well as animal welfare through the humane management of the cat population of the campus. Okay, so parang that's the overall description of the program. And we've seen similar strategies, diba, in various public spaces. Like now, I see that being applied in the UP Town Center, diba? Marami na silang mga signs ngayon na please do not pet the cats, please do not feed the cats. Ayun. Quite a while back, there was a big issue sa BGC, diba? Yung mga pusa daw nila, parang, I don't know what was I don't remember, but parang they were actually cited for not complying to animal welfare laws.
Yeah, I think the issue was in Serendra, around in BGC area, right? So there were cats living there, and then there were volunteers who regularly fed them. But if I'm not mistaken, they wouldn't clean up after, and then a lot of cats would come. Then the cats would just chill on tables and chairs and like places where people were supposed to be. So the management and the volunteers didn't really see eye to eye. So the management had the cats caught by pest control
and disposed.
So we have no idea where they went or if they're still alive.
Diba, there's also like a similar thing in Centris, I think. This
Eton
closest
Centris,
one.
yes. A lot of malls are now picking up. So I think
Or Cats of Trinoma, Cats of...
all the malls may mga
yeah.
parang
City, yeah.
Cats of
a lot of the Ayala malls are picking up on it pretty fast.
Really supportive yung Ayala malls with that. Like, even if you've seen the Cats of Ayala Triangle, they're all well fed there and they're na TNVR na sila, ganon. campus.
yeah.
It's really catching up. Like, we really need to take care of cats of the community because they're not really pests. They're part of the ecosystem.
That's right. Okay. Now, speaking of the Ateneo Community Cat Program, so if you say it's a program, there are actually steps that we follow, right? Can you take us through these particular steps of the program? Would you remember?
Yes. So the main thing that we try to do is control the cat population. So the campus cats are trapped and then they're brought to pause for neutering. And then when they've recovered from that, they're returned here on campus back to where they were originally living. And then along with that, they're fed regularly by the maintenance or by staff here on campus. So they're fed twice a day to make sure that they don't start begging from other people for food. And then
What an AGILA does naman, the students, they do a cat census every month. So we try to find the cats that are new here around the campus. Like if you find a new cat that didn't used to be there and they notice that there's no chip in their ear, which is the universal symbol for neutered cat, they report it. Parang in the next batch, we can capture those cats and do TNR with them. So next naman is information and education campaign then for the students because we're not allowed to touch and feed the cats or even try to pet them. As much as possible, we keep them feral and make sure that they're not too domesticated for the campus because it might become a threat for the cats someday. Like if they're too friendly to everyone, they might be friendly to the people that want to bring them harm, like capture them for questionable acts.
We've heard that. Na Mythbusters na ba yun? Totoo bang?
I have no idea.
I don't want to bring it up. Okay, sige.
No cat shoppers. So yeah, yan. Students, please don't touch the cats and don't feed them. Let the maintenance and the security guards do it.
Yeah, but only designated like maintenance and employees are allowed to touch and to feed. So sometimes there are also faculty and staff who would also illegally feed the cats.
And for adoption naman, even though most of our cats are feral, we just let them stay there. There have been cats na are domesticated enough na they're better off as cats or
As pets.
cat pets
Right,
for people. Or some of them become really sick na it's hard for them to just be feral around campus and they need special attention. So those sick cats are better off na pets na lang din so people can take care of them at home. Or when there are threats to campus ecology like butterscotch eating birds.
You really have a thing for butterscotch. Like, since butterscotch, saan siya sa
Spec
campus?
Spec A. So, di ba sa second floor, minsan may mga birds doon. He just hunts them. There are reports, may videos pa, I don't know. But
So I suppose he's color brown, right?
Yeah, he's the
white and orange.
Orange. Right.
Yeah. So,
Garfield.
Type.
He's so chill there. And marami nagsusubmit ng photos sa kanya. So he's so loved. Pero even if he's so loved, why isn't he still
Adopted.
He has to be adopted.
Adopt butterscotch.
Yeah, so can I plug lang po? So if anybody's
sure.
looking to adopt a cat, you can always message the AGILA Facebook page. That's fb.com/Atenean AGILA. You can ask. They have adoptable cats, and then they can also connect you to other rescuers. So if you want to adopt dogs, we also have a network for that.
How many are up for adoption so far?
I think right now the 3 that have been recently adopted are still being rehabilitated. So we have 3 recent rescues now. Yeah. And plus there's Butterscotch. So Butterscotch is the only adult cat that we have.
I see. They were rescued because
Yeah, they had eye infections, and then
okay.
we also check if there's no mother in the area. So we keep an eye on them for 12 to 24 hours. And if no mom cat comes back to take care of them, then we rescue them.
okay. So all right. I see. Ito.
Ayan, so pinapakita mo, Justin, on our
Right.
Facebook feed a little bit more about what the ACCaP is all about. And I want to go back to the aspect of feeding the cats kasi, of course, some students, they don't know it, but they inadvertently feed the cats by just leaving their food scraps, right? So, kumakain kayo sa cafeteria, usually sa labas, out, di ba may parang ano tayo doon? May parang outside eating area tayo. And then, when students eat, they just leave their
trash
their
or
scraps, di ba?
their
Yung
scraps.
napagkainan doon. And then the cats will go up on the tables as doon na sila kakain. Parang masasanay sila doon, di ba? Because the key, I think, to the feeding program of the cats is that you have to control the food source. The food source ng mga pusa. Kasi kung palagi at palagi silang nakakakuha ng pagkain sa isang area, so parang alam na nila, dito sigurado makakakain ako kasi daming food. Doon at doon sila pupunta.
So it's like curbing the habit.
That's right. So what we are trying to do is to actually move the feeding areas farther away from the student population. Okay, but we cannot condition the cats to eat in the properly designated feeding areas. Kung lagi at lagi people leave their food scraps or feed them, meron talaga, tama ka. There are even some faculty na nakikita ko naglalabas pa ng mga maliliit na plato sa labas ng department. At doon, alam ng mga pusa pag medyo tawagin mo na sila, alam nila may food doon. So that's actually a practice that we discourage, right?
Yes, there are also some cases when there are org events and then orgs would like order pizza and then the pizza boxes are left and the trash cans or all the takeout boxes are left outside. So the next morning, like around 7 or 8 a.m. before it gets cleaned up, there are chicken bones scattered everywhere and then there are pizza boxes scattered everywhere because the cats would come and harvest.
Scrimmage.
They would scavenge around the place. Yeah. So it's also important to throw your trash properly and try not to leave leftovers out, especially at night.
So mabuti na lang, pusa lang ang kadil natin. Imagine mo kung nasa States tayo, may squirrels pa tayo, may raccoons pa tayo. Okay. Mabuti na lang, pusa lang ang kadil natin. Although, just handling cats by themselves is already a challenge because technically, well, not technically, but people really look at cats sometimes as pets. Diba? Kasi may mga domesticated cats talaga and some people really have pet cats, right, at home. So pag nakakita sila ng pusa, automatically ang mindset nila is, I can actually handle this cat. It's a safe animal to handle. But they're not, right? It's not safe to handle a feral cat. Bakit? Explain. Or have you had any experience of these types of wild cats like trying to injure you? Or not by, kasi it's really their nature, tama ba?
Or trying to be hostile at least.
Oo. Meron ba tayong mga ganun pusa?
Some of them in Florida before, they don't like being touched or being approached, so they get defensive around when you're like, they stop at the corner. If you corner them, they just pet you.
Yun.
And as long as you don't touch them, you'll be fine. But if you try to just, they're really unpredictable sometimes, some ferals. Even if they look like they're harmless at first, or even if they look like they're playful, you don't know really their special spots. Because diba, for our own pets, we know their special spots. Even sometimes we know that it's safe for the belly. Sometimes we know it's okay sa tail. But for ferals, you don't know them yet. So you don't know na if you approach this part of their body, they might attack there, ganon. So it's really risky if you try to tame ferals, especially if they're not used to humans touching them talaga. So it's better for students not to take the risk.
Not even go near them.
Yeah, as much as possible, also not even go near them. Even if when there's a cat fight and you try to stop it, if like you're not really knowledgeable in knowing how to stop a cat fight, especially if it's two large male cats, it's always better not to intervene. Like it's better just let them duke it out on their own, even though they're gonna get hurt.
Get out.
Part of nature.
It's part of nature.
Ako, sir, I'm not really a cat person, but we have some cats at home that roam around. Pero I'm surprised kasi like there are some na parang they would come to you na na parang yung parang dadaanan nila yung paa mo tapos medyo iaanin nila yung katawan nila. Is that a sign that they are trying to be like nice or diba? Or is it safe not to touch them if that happens?
Well, I think if the cats do that, they see you as somebody who wants, like, who they think that you'll feed them, so they'll try to beg and act cute and like
Akala
look
ko
at you with big
they
eyes.
see you as food.
Inisip ko, sir. Feeling ko baka magkain yata ako or something, di ba?
Yeah.
So they just try to act
Just
nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
May kailangan pa sa'yo.
Pala to, sir.
Oo, mga user-friendly dito mga pusang ito. Pag friendly sila sa inyo,
So,
may
pag
kailangan sila.
lang,
Oo.
tsaka lang sila mabait.
Ay,
Naku,
naku.
maraming ganyan, sir.
Hindi lang pusa.
Hindi lang pusa.
Oo nga.
Oo.
So, mabuti na lang. Ayan, aware ka na. Kasi ako rin, parang there are quite a few cats that have been domesticated over the years, right? Meron talagang nasanay na pinapet sila. So, technically, actually, yun yung parang mas, mas medyo nakakatakot. Kasi nga, they are already used to human interaction. So, they will not run away when a human approaches them. Which, actually, ito yung iniiwasan talaga nitong program na to na the humans and the cats interact because if there's physical contact, there is a chance for you to get injured. Tama ba?
Yeah.
Oo.
On the cat side also, if they think that everybody's going to feed them, which happens in the case when students or employees or anybody who's not designated feeder tries to feed, they tend to trust anybody. So it's also more dangerous for the cats. They'll trust anyone and anybody with like not so good intentions. Okay, they can like kidnap the cat, they can bring them somewhere, they can do something.
Catnap?
Yeah.
Napping.
So it's also
Catnapping.
safest for the cats if they know who to trust and know how to defend themselves from not so nice people.
Oh. Ayan. Oh, speaking of injuries, meron talaga, I mean, according to the data that we have here, yung mga pinaka accident-prone areas. Accident kasi yung ano naman, of course, the people who pet the cats, they don't really mean to get scratched or get bitten. Pero there have been cases talaga na pinapakain mo yung cat na ganyan. Tapos mamaya, parang tinitis mo yung cat, di ba? Parang yun yung mga mostly, tinitis mo yung cat with a food scrap. Tapos mamaya, kinalmot ka na. Kasi nga, ayaw mo ibigay yung food. Or, worst case, parang pinapakain mo, tapos you're chewing at the food, tapos nasama na yung finger mo. Alright. So, mga areas na to include, in the college at least, sa SEC area, all SEC areas, SEC A, SEC B, SEC C, sa, what's this? COSCA. Ayan, marami ring nakakalmot dyan sa COSCA at saka sa Gonzaga. Okay? And Faura. I think our most feral cat on campus is a Faura cat. Tama ba?
I think she disappeared a few years ago, but she was.
Kinatnap. Marami na injure yung pusang yun eh. This was his black and white cat, di ba?
Talamak.
Yun ba yun?
It's a Kittler. No, it was the factory cat. She was spicy. I don't know.
The factory? What's a factory cat?
Oh no, it's just an inside joke because there are some cats who don't get caught for neutering, so they just have batches and batches of kittens one after the other. So
Okay.
it's like a factory.
That's why
Okay.
it's a factory cat. So producing
We used to
offspring.
get a lot of kittens from Paura before.
Yeah, and they were all hers.
So yung neutering ng cats, who does that? Sa atin. Okay, yeah, you did mention our partnership with the Philippine Animal Welfare Society or PAWS.
kudos.
Alright, so itong neutering, it's for us to control the population, tama ba? Para hindi sila dumami. So once a cat is trapped or caught by us, rather by the professionals, di ba, mga security natin or maintenance natin, they're brought to PAWS para makapon. Tama ba? Yun yung term, di ba? Man-neuter sila. And then, they are returned here. Di ba? Binabalik sila. So, yun yung strategy na tinatawag na TNR or Trap, Neuter, and Return. Okay, so when they're brought here, hindi na sila pwede mag-reproduce. Kasi nga, kinapon na sila, di ba? Pero, kaya nagtataka kami kung nakakakita kami ng mga kittens on campus because that should not be the case. What is your theory? What's your conspiracy theory on why we still have kittens despite the fact that most of our cats have already been neutered?
Sometimes we have areas in campus that are closer to the gates, like the grade school close to gate 1, or like the university dorm area, which is closer to Marikina.
Correct.
Sometimes the cats go in there, and since they're like na mga nasa dulo ng campus, they go unreported, or we can't. In Loyola Schools, really, it's easier to spot if there's a new cat. But if it's sa mga dulo-dulo ng campus sa may gates, it's harder to keep track of them. And then that's when they start to breed, and we don't know if they're breeding. And then we just find out that we have more cats, and then Or some of them talaga, they just come from random parts of the gate, like gate 3 then, and they just come in and then they just choose to live somewhere like in Paura or in Leon.
So mga alien cats
Alien
ito. Mga
cats.
alien na mga,
Mga
hindi
migrants.
talaga sila part ng community pero nakikisawsaw. Parang mga ano yan, may mga ibang taong ganun din gusto maging Atenista. Bigla na lang
Bigla na lang
Atenista na
susulpot
sila,
siya.
di ba? Biglang susulpot. Okay, so it goes the same for the cats. So, paano yun? Paano kung makakita tayo? No? And usually when they are neutered by the paws, nilalagyan sila ng notch dun sa ear para ma-identify sila na they've already been neutered. But we have noticed of late, kasi parang the last time I think we did the TNR was way back in 2016. So matagal na rin yun. And typically, we should do neutering and vaccination kasi pinapa-vaccinate din namin yung mga cats para kahit makakalmot or makakagat sila, it won't cause rabies, right? Okay, but that usually has to be done every year. At medyo may kamahalan yun, di ba? Kasi may cost yung medicine to vaccinate a cat. So parang the last time we did it was 2016. So definitely a lot of our cats are really up for vaccination again. No? So we actually have to do this. What are the upcoming projects of AGILA for the Community Cat Program? May mga upcoming ano ba kayo? Projects in line with the ACCaP?
I think the next major thing we'll be doing is an information campaign to get more word about the ACCaP. I think it starts with this one, what we're doing right now.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, so a lot of it's more about information campaign. They'll also be having fundraisers. I think their pledge week is this month. So you can like their Facebook page and then
Bakit they? Di ba AGILA ka pa rin?
yeah, but I'm an alumni, so they can take care of themselves.
Oh, okay. Sino ba ang mga ano ngayon, new set of officers? Would you know them?
Yeah. I know-
Sige, batiin natin sila.
Hi Cleo, hi Gio. Cleo's the current president. There's a lot. But
Cleo.
Cleo,
Okay.
yeah. Cleo Bantao is the current president. The current secretary general is Isa. I forgot your last name. Oh my god. It's Isa. Hi Isa, I'm sorry, I forgot your last name. I love you.
Hi. I would say the same, but it's okay.
And since we're talking about the ACCaP, the ACCaP is being handled by the Animal Management Department under AGILA. So that's being handled by Gio Cipriano. Hi Gio.
Gio.
You escaped.
Gio's cats.
Hi, Gio and all his rescue cats. Yeah,
From here, from Ateneo, he has rescue cats.
yeah. He's the one who fosters the rescues first before we find fosters from an Aguila member.
Okay. Do you still take in members? Kasi hindi naman kayo accredited org, so I guess you don't go with the regular recruitment. And kunyari, somebody wants to join AGILA at any time of the year, would you accept them?
Yeah, I think we are still accepting as long as you're a current student of the Loyola Schools, whether you're taking master's or PhD, or if you're taking an undergrad, you can join. The next wave, I think, will be in January. So, yeah, we might have online signups in January.
Ayan. Okay, and how do they find AGILA again on your social media channels?
Yeah, you can follow, like and follow us on fb.com/Atenean Aguila. You can also like
Atenean Aguila.
Yeah, you can also like the Cats of Ateneo Facebook page. That's
Right pa ba yun?
yes.
Cats of Oh, I see. So there is a Facebook page which is called Cats of Ateneo. Tama ba? Cats of Ateneo. And makikita niyo doon lahat ng mga pusa na na-census na at may mga pinangalanan na nila Nina at
So
sa
they have their
Kanipaw.
own profiles pa nga eh.
Tama, ganun ba? May mga
Profiles,
profile pic pa sila. There was a time that we actually wanted to put collars on the cats, right? You remember that?
yes.
Hindi na natin tinuloy yun, no?
No,
Kasi-
because it makes them look like pets, so it's
Ayun
kind
yun,
of
tama,
it doesn't
tama.
really work with the program. Yeah.
That's right, that's right. Okay, so at least in the Facebook page na Cats of Ateneo, you'll get to know some of these cats. But again, please bear in mind that the objective of the Ateneo Community Cat Program is to ensure the least interaction between humans and these cats. So our I guess our objective is really, ayan, you can just tell them once again.
Yeah, so
Avoid feeding and touching the cats. cats. Gently but firmly shoo away the cats from your areas, even if they try to go to you. Yeah, report sightings of unnotched cats. Those are the ones that need to be neutered soon. Report cases of animal cruelty. Let's share the information with others. Tell your friends, like if you have new friends or new freshies, they don't know yet the rules, please do inform them. Be responsible upperclassmen or friends, yes. Yeah.
So if you, like Pao said, please report sightings of unnotched cats. The campus is really, really big, and it's really hard to keep track of all of the cats that come in and out of campus, especially on the areas closer to Gate 3 or the high school side or the Gate 1 side of the campus. So if you see any cats that aren't notched, you can report them to the Cats of Ateneo Facebook page. We have a catalog, and
Pun intended.
yeah, very intended. And we keep track of the cats that are tagged for neutering, and then we send the list to the security office so they can bring them.
Wow, we're looking at your Facebook page now. Ang ganda talagang maakit ka talaga sa mga cats na ito. Okay, do we have cases of animal cruelty? Have we actually documented such cases?
Which one do you say?
Meron ba? Sa LST,
That
dito
was
lang?
documented.
Down the road?
We actually don't have any documented
Okay.
cases, but we see like the aftermath. So we see cats that are missing huge patches of fur, and then when
my
we brought
gosh.
them to the clinic said these look like burn marks from water, from hot water.
Oh
So
my gosh.
we've never
Wow.
caught anybody doing it in the act, but we have a lot of suspicions. And the problem is all the cats that have these injuries, they're all friendly and they all really trust people. So again, I want to like repeat that we don't want our cats to love everyone. We want our cats to be aloof, and we want them to be able to defend themselves.
Yes, and run wild and free. Okay, born free.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
Pao.
if you see injured cats, like recently we've been getting reports of some injured cats around campus, please do report them, and please do report them directly to AGILA and not the Cats of Ateneo page, because the AGILA people are the ones who respond to the cats directly. We're the ones that just post community photos of the cats. Although we do make sure that the AGILA people know, but it's faster and better for the cat if you inform AGILA people.
And if people want to adopt a cat, once again, how do they go about it?
They can just message AGILA
Okay.
Facebook page, or they have an album, right? Of
Yeah, I
the
think we still
adoptable
have an
kittens
album.
they have. Yeah, it's just on their Facebook page.
So, Atenean Aguila. Yan po, AGILA. Alright, Atenean Aguila on Facebook.
Oh, sorry.
Yun, ang cute naman. Parang na ina-attack na tayo ng mga feral cats. Okay. Alright, so, once again, we'd like to encourage everybody to comply and cooperate, and of course, appreciate the Ateneo Community Cat Program that is, of course, very much enforced by our friends by the Agila, and also by several offices. We should acknowledge the Ateneo Institute for Sustainability, so Miss Abby Favis. Thank you for bringing over
Abby.
our girls, and also the Campus Safety and Mobility Office does a lot of help by interacting with the PAWS, the Philippine Animal Welfare Society, and of course all of our stalwart maintenance and security people who keep our students safe. Thank you so much for this, at sana pagpatuloy natin talaga yung aim, yung goal natin for the Ateneo Community Cat Program. I'm talking too much. Kaya if you feel yung bosses ko fading away. Look into that camera and say hi to your dad. Hi, Bimbo, who's watching right now. And also good afternoon to Catherine Cardos. Hello. Hi to you. Celia Consulta Coronel. Hello. Thank you for tuning in. Yes, pause na pause po ako. And hi to Jenny Chua. And Sir Johnny Salvador is also watching us. Thank you to the principal of the Ateneo Junior High School. Ayan. So love your cats, take care of your cats, but stay away from them when it comes to the ACCaP program. Any other greetings that you'd like to throw out there? Please feel free.
Please adopt our cats. Adopt them.
Yeah, please adopt. Even if you're like a dog person, there are a lot of rescue dogs. There are a lot of aspens. They're looking for a new home. So please don't buy. And if you're going to buy, fine. But buy from reputable breeders, please.
Wait, do we also? Yeah.
Yeah, please be responsible pet owners. They're
Yes.
also our beloved family members.
Children.
So you also parang up for adoption mga dogs din.
We have dogs on campus, like wild dogs. And then, I just saw this morning, nandiyan ako sa Gonzaga drop-off, and then I saw 2 dogs like running free across the road. Hindi mo kaya yun? Oo nga.
Yeah, well, there are dogs that come in from Marikina and then they
Really?
Mashallah.
Market sa hagdan.
There's no access
Umaabot
pa,
sa main road. So this morning, I saw 2 dogs talagang, ooh, yes.
Maybe we'll have a dog
Naghahanap ng
program.
cats. Oh, well, let's have a dog
program.
Okay. Ayan. And ano pa ba yun? Yun. So, well, just to remind them that there are no pets allowed still in the main campus premises. So, but on weekends, I think they allow yung mga jogging, yung mga nagja-jogging.
Yeah, you can get a permit from
Yes.
the CSMO if you want to bring your
Right. So if you want to bring your pet in, you get a permit from the CSMO, or if animals actually help you, in your mental state, we have the Office for Guidance and Counseling offering regular animal therapy.
Yeah, the animal assisted therapy.
Tama,
Yes,
animal assisted
right.
therapy with using dogs. Ayan. So, well, i-guess natin sila one day para to know more about the animal
Yeah, I think
therapy.
one of the dogs, Father Nono's dog is also one of the si Blue.
She's so stinky.
Yes.
He's so
Being,
stinky.
Sorry, Father.
being used
Yun ang naisip ko
for
na.
that therapy. Ayun.
Ayan.
Hi, Blue.
He needs
So,
a bath.
thank you, Nina and Pao. Thank you for joining us on the show today. Maraming salamat for all of the knowledge that you imparted to us about about AGILA, of course, and about the Ateneo Community Cat Program. Just some final announcements from off our Ateneo bulletin board campus events. So as I mentioned, today, or rather this week from October 21 to 25 is Japanese Studies Program Week. So ayan, Justin, baka matulungan mo ko about the activities starting today.
All right, so today, October 21st, they have the yukata kimono dress up and photo booth.
Ayan.
That was early this morning up until
Nilaunch.
kanina, 2 o'clock. It was launched earlier at the Soksai 1 and 2 and the Soksai foyer. So, of course, you have to sign up for this. I
Yung daughter
understand.
ko was in a kimono kanina, si Sabine. Was in a kimono
So they
as
were
part
really,
of this.
talaga dressing up.
Talaga.
Wow.
Cute. Ganda.
And then there's also the origami workshop.
Wow, that's fun.
That's
Ongoing.
ongoing right now at the Faura AVR.
Yay.
And then there's the quiz bee later at 4 at the
Faura
Faura AVR as
also.
well. And tomorrow they'll have the
Uy.
furoshiki or the Japanese cloth wrapping. Okay, yung para sa regalo, right?
Yeah, so
All right.
Big hankies.
Oh, that's gonna be tomorrow at 11.
and this is fun. The film showing of Shin Godzilla. I love
Is it
it.
the original?
Ito ba yung original or is this the animated?
More recent one, I think.
This is the recent animation.
The recent one.
Okay. So Shin Godzilla is a Japanese animated feature movie, and this happens 3 to 5 p.m. Also at the Faura AVR. Ayan. So that's tomorrow. Tuesday.
On Wednesday, we have the calligraphy workshop at 10 a.m. at SOM 111, and then followed by the Ikebana flower arrangement at 2 p.m. at Soksai 1 and 2, and then there's a tea ceremony at 4.
Wow.
Okay, ayos yun na.
Social.
So at Soksai 1 and 2. Wow, ang galing. And then on the 24th, on Thursday, that's the second, I think this is the second run of the Furoshiki, I think, or
that's right.
part 2 at 1 p.m. at Sex Seminar Room 5. And then part 2 of the origami workshop at 3:30 at LH 206. And then there's another film showing. This is Godzilla 1954.
I think
Ito
original.
yung original.
Right, right.
Okay, at 5 in the afternoon at SOM, SOM 111. All right. And last, on Friday, which is the culminating activity, they have a mini Matsuri at 1 p.m., which includes an MTV contest, karaoke competition. Yan, sa mga mahilig mag-karaoke. Cosplay.
Yun
Yan,
na.
very exciting.
Okay.
And then there's the stamp rally. Alright. That's gonna be at the Faura AVR naman.
All right. So congratulations to our Japanese programs for their very exciting lineup of events for the Japanese Studies Program Week. All right. So tangkiligin niyo po yan. And other events tomorrow at 5 to 6:30 at Faber Hall. I guess dyan sa ground floor, function room 101. There's an event called the Bayong Session, the AILAP lecture, AILAP. All right. So catch that at the Faber Hall 101. And on Wednesday, October 23, we have Bohemian Rhapsody in Blue. Okay, at the Hyundai Hall at the Arete. Okay, so that's at 7 p.m. If I'm not mistaken, that's a big event, yung Bohemian Rhapsody in Blue. So catch that on October 23, Wednesday, Hyundai Hall of the Arete at 7 p.m. You can buy tickets through Ticket to Me, and this is also part of the Arete, the Art After Hours Curators Walkthrough that happens from 5 to 6:30 at the Chingtan Gallery. Okay, so that's also on Wednesday. All right, and that's pretty much it. Okay, i-plug din natin yung ating David Haas concert. Ayan, meron concert ang Jesuit Music Ministry.
Yeah, so of course we are inviting everybody. The Jesuit Communications and Savior School is inviting all to the events with international liturgical music composer David Haas. That's on November 9, Saturday at Savior School San Juan. There will be a liturgical music workshop for choirs, church musicians, and choral directors from 9 until 12 noon. And then to be followed by a concert featuring the music of David Haas and the Jesuit Music Ministry with performances from our homegrown choirs, Bukas Palad, Ateneo Chamber Singers, Hangad, Himikiswita, Mary the Queen Choir, Pansol Choir, Tinig Barangka, and Father Manuling Francisco SJ at 5 p.m. If you'd like to get tickets, they are available at the Tanging Yaman stores in Mega Mall and here at Ateneo. And you can also get your tickets online at www.jescom.ph.
Okay, so that's about it for Atin Yan this week. And my best regards to Chris Castillo at ang daughter niya na si Ella, celebrating her 7th birthday today.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Ella.
Happy birthday.
We love you. And right up next, we have a show coming up at 3 p.m. Mr. J. Gomez at Dati Kong Paraluman is the title of the show. And he will be having a very special guest, Director Ali Egia. All right, that happens at 3 p.m. So stay tuned to Radyo Katipunan 87.9. Maraming salamat po. At pagpasensyahan niyo po ulit ang aking paus na boses. Thank you, and we'll see you all again next week for Atin Yan. Dito lang po sa Radyo Katipunan 87.9. Maraming salamat, Justin.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you so much for joining me today. And do stay tuned for our next show. Of course, as mentioned, Dati Akong Paraluman with Mr. J. Gomez. Signing off now for Atin Yan. Thank you, and tune in for more Radyo Katipunan 87.9.
Atin Yan. Catch the latest news about the latest happenings in and around the Ateneo. Atin Yan. Be in the know and get to know persons and personages in the Ateneo. Atin Yan. Atin Yan. Ateneo Yan. Atin Yan.